happening? All right, I put this under music. It probably belongs under like people and vlogs, but it's gonna talk about everything. I've got a lot of shit to talk about, like at all times, and I'm a musical person. Almost everything comes back to this. You can look behind me. Almost everything comes back to music. If you can't see back there, take a look at. Let's see about this shit right there. Yeah, everything comes down to music for me in the end. I just like the vibrations. Ever since I was little, I've liked the vibrations on my skin. It's just, yeah, it's an incredible feeling. And then when you're actually producing the music, when you're creating it, I hate saying creating. That's why I say producing. But that sounds like production in this day and age, because words keep changing. You notice that words just keep changing what their meaning is. It's not even like the lingo. Yeah, it's the lingo. The lingo is basically, it takes clever ways of, clever current ways of saying something that people say all the time. And jive turkey. You know, that was like 70s type thing. You jive turkey. In the 80s and 90s, cool beans is one of the things that they said. But it's just, you're just taking words. And the thing is, like, that's like cool. You're combining jive turkey, which then becomes turkey. Even off the chain, that doesn't have any meaning besides. One thing I can think of from that one is from like developing from maybe from like Seattle, or out in California area by the bay, where they have like a fish market and like so fresh it just came off the hook. Fresh fish, you know what I mean? This shit's so fresh it just came off the hook, and it's just so fresh it was just let off the chain. You know what I mean? That's how big of a beast this is. It's off the chain. That's one thing I can think of to rationalize it. Like in Canada, my friend Mike says, "Yeah, man, we get this and we'll be laughing." He says that pretty frequently, and I'm like, "Does that come from laughing last?" I don't know for sure. I don't think he ever answered, but I think so. You know, he who laughs last. Like right now, it's in a bit of a spot of bother, but if we get this, we'll be the ones laughing. You know what I mean? Not that they're laughing right now because we're getting it all wrong, but man, if we get this right, we'll be laughing. You know, I think that's where it comes from. So I like the saying, "We'll be laughing, dude." That's fine. Because if nothing else, we'll be laughing at this shit later. You know what I mean? Yeah, shit's pissing us off right now. We'll be laughing in about 5 minutes. Once we figure this shit out, God damn it. I was gonna buy a fucking mixing board. You know what I mean? That kind of shit. We'll be laughing. I don't know. Either way, I like it. I like it. But now it's just like they just take a word and just change the meaning. And it's not bad. I'm bad, you know? That shit's bad. That shit's cool. Just change the word or the meaning of it. And you just take it, and so other people come along and say stuff, usually in regular. Can you imagine, like your grandmother going, "I hope we have a gay Christmas." To your grandma. Do you really want that? Yes. I hope everyone's happy. We'll put on our gay old apparel. Oh yeah. Put it away. I thought grandma was a freak. Thought grandma was finally okay. How So, ketamine therapy. It's been interesting, man, because this is my sixth time. The first 2 times I journaled, which was interesting. A lot of people talk about going. I mean, she was talking about how like a lot of people get out of it, a lot of people get sick, a lot of people whatever, and so she kept checking on me, to make sure I wasn't nauseous or anything like that. And I was just fine. You know what I mean? He was probably tripping her out. She's like, "Are you journaling?" Yes, I'm journaling. The second time she came around the corner and I was getting ready. I had all my shit ready because I was a little bit more prepared. And she's like, "No journal today?" And I'm like, it was sitting on the book stand, right? Because it's kind of dark in there. And she's like, "Want me to open the window?" I'm like, last time she kept asking me, I was writing in the dark, and she kept asking me if I want. I'm like, no. And this time she's like, "You want me to raise?" I'm like, no. Please don't open the light. I don't want the light. I see really, really well. Please don't. And I'm just fucking writing and writing and writing and writing. I think that's why I like seeing screens makes it so hard for me, because it's got the light behind it, which makes me do that, which kind of makes me have to pull it away. But I can see really tiny, like real small printed. Oh, I can see it really small. I got 2020 and 2025. So on big screens, but on like phones, I have to go. I feel like an old ass man. Can you read that for me, young man? Say that, whippersnapper. The eyes ain't working so good. I've turned 48. What does this page say? It says Walmart, asshole. Oh, that's what them yellow birds are. You're outside, Grandpa. Oh, so I am. It's a state of wonderment. I can't wait to get fucking Alzheimer's. Everything is gonna be brand new. Can you imagine this whole world is brand new? Like maybe that's why it's your golden years. That's why they're like, no, you need to work. We timed it out. You should be getting Alzheimer's right around the time it's time to quit. And so you'd be like, where am I? Are you my children? I don't have kids. These are my golden fucking years. I'm up here. What are you? Who? My son. Get the fuck out of here. I'm 5. It's a lighter. I know. I'm pretending to get away from you, John. Oh, I'm fucked up. I gotta write that. His name is Al. It would be such a dark fucking comedy. I would have to find Jezelnik to help me write it, because I don't think I could keep it going long enough to make it into a movie. He probably could, and just keep getting more and more dark until the end when he's like, I'm not sick. I'm 80 years old and I'm sick of your shit. I'd rather live here at this home with a bunch of women that's not you. You're still living at home. You understand? So I figured I'd give you the house, and when you're gone, I don't act like this. Go home. It was worth giving you the house just to get the fuck away from you. You're my son. You should be gone by now. But you keep coming here. And all the other parents are like, yeah, it's fucking it up for us. Because we got to go. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Well, you're here. So you believe it. That'd be great. They all stood up. Yeah. Go the fuck home. You tell all the kids too. His name is Al, and he led a revolution. Alzheimer's. Be even more fucked up. That's how it was in his head. And they play some music outside. Like, you okay, Grandpa? And he's like, they play like, dun, dun, dun. He goes, John? You know what I mean? Why'd you bring me back? And he's just, oh God, he's coming back. John? Yeah. You motherfucker, I was so happy not being in the same fucking house with you. Can you play some music, go back? No, I'm here now. Fuck. Does that make me bad? Am I a bad person for that? Am I wrong for constantly thinking of shit like that? Oh my god. Is that wrong, Roy? Hey, Roy. The other day. We used to do that for a paycheck, Roy. Oh, it brought back good times. Those was good times, Roy. Those was good times. So, in case you can't tell, I mean, if you watch some of my earlier videos, you'll see there's a big difference in, my attitude and outlook. Who I am in general, not changed at all. It's not like I wasn't going. I said from the very beginning, I never expected to be fixed because my problem is external. I hate this fucking world. I hate this planet. Well, I love the planet. I hate the system that runs the planet. Even the people are cool, but even they are duped into believing that this is how it should be. That's how it goes. There's nothing you can do about it. That's one way to look at it. No matter what you can do, they're gonna do. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. That's not how the French looked at it. You know why? You know why death works as a threatening punishment? Because you have so much to lose. When you have nothing to lose, which is where they push us all the time. They always push us to nothing to lose. That's why our side always wins, because they have so much to lose. Ted Cruz has so much to lose and so little he's done for it. Donald Trump has so much to lose and so little he's done for it. We've all done different things. I've roofed houses, driven cars. We're fighting with each other about which one of those rich assholes has got their dick down our throat. Why? It's Biden's dick. It's Trump's dick. It's Trump's dick in your asshole. It's Biden's dick in your throat. Which is the truth. It's Republican dick in your asshole. And the Democrat dick in your throat. And your spit roasted between as they cook you. And you just bounce back and forth, left and right, left and right, left and right, getting them off. Nothing for you. Maybe if I push a little harder to the right, I push a little bit harder to the left. All right, if I just stay on the left this long, no, that ain't working. Let's go back right. Let's go back left. If you look at it that way, you're just bouncing back in place going nowhere. But if you look at it from the outside, because the time, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, usually left, right, right, left, right, left. If they're successful, left, right. If they're successful, right. They start falling into unsuccessful, left. They don't tell you is that capitalism actually crashes every 7 to 8 years naturally. So people blame El Presidente. That's the way capitalism works, because it's a shit system. It's an unequitable system. Pure capitalism, yes. But the autocratic capitalism we have up there, making tariffs so that we can't buy BYD cars here in America. Because on the capitalist market, whoever makes the best product wins. In America, whoever makes the best product gets tariffed here in America, so we can't buy it cheaper than American made. That's what tariffs are. BYD is a $30,000 best electric car, best mileage, best running, best recharge, best build your dreams. They're out of China. Of course, we haven't heard of them. They've been accused of artificially inflating their market. That's true. Because they've been buying out. It's a big game. It's a really, really, really terrible, sick, big game. America's not as rich as it says it is. China is richer than it claims it is. And we've been playing this game. They and Japan are emerging markets. We send them our fucking manufacturing. They ease the trades with us, whatever. They can sell the shit, usually to us with trade deals, right? We start violating the trade deals with like tariffs and shit. They're free to trade with whoever they want to. That's why they're getting so violent now, is because China is realizing that while we're buying, I don't have one around. Okay, so there's an iPhone. Whatever the iPhone is, like $800. They're not made here. They're made in China. Apple pays between $50 and $100 for that. Full stop. Your Samsung Galaxy, which I got one for like $150. My mom got it for me. I had like a shit tablet, so she got me a nice tablet. $150. That means that it was under $50 from China. Because America's going to triple their money. So, without Android software on there, so if they just ship the fucking product, right, without Android on there, or with Android on there, I don't know. A knockoff of Android or Android. Like it's supposed to run like a knockoff Android, so that way it's not actual Android. And then it gets over here, and they can just, it's supposed to run that program, and then they can actually load all the other stuff here, which is just, SIM card chip downloading shit onto the thing. The thing is built. Now the program just got to get loaded on. Well, they can just sell a version of that. They did a kind of version of YouTube called Youku, I believe. My videos actually did pretty well over there for a bit because I was buying my guitars over there. I got no problem. Apparently, some they took some of mine, so I went to go watch what they had taken, and I was like, and they're doing well. I don't care. What happened was that some were skipping, so I went ahead and uploaded them correctly to them so they could have it. My shit's been taken to Russia and whatever, but I don't charge anything for my videos, so I don't care. If it helps anybody anywhere, I know that's why I'm glad to see that the translation, the closed captioning works, because it follows me very well. It's even started putting quotation marks in the right places. Like she said, dude, you gotta go somewhere with that bullshit. And it'll put quotation marks around that usually. So Frank said, Bobby, don't touch me with that pitchfork. And then we didn't. It should have put quotations around that. But yeah, so that way if it does get lifted to other places, I don't care. I'm not making any money. I'm not losing any money. The most that could happen is someone hears about geared mode in another fucking country. Oh no. Or my review might still help, because most of them are about sound anyways. I try and get the best sound for my reviews. If China can sell, and they've started with BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, Spain. And I believe there may be one more in there now, like either Singapore, Indonesia, all those places that we usually farm out to for cheap labor and then consider them beneath us and stupid. They're sick of our shit. And so they're joining together to offer those same services to people that appreciate it. To people that can hear someone speaking another language and hear intelligence, that I can take my thoughts and make them in your language. Can you take your thoughts and make them into mine? Are you that versed in what you even say? That's why you don't have to have like a translator for someone that speaks clearly, because they choose the correct words and they're also thinking ahead of time to get their meaning across as best as possible. And it's usually hard to misinterpret what they're saying. Even if something comes out fucked up, you're like, that's out of character for them. Let me listen to what else with the context. You know what I mean? Like if someone were just to jump in and hear me say the word faggot, you probably would think whatever. But I mean, whatever. You can get upset all you want. It is a word and it exists. In the 80s, it was used hurtfully and mean. Fag is a cigarette in fucking UK, which flaming. That's all I ever thought about, you know, ever from the term fag. And like, if someone was gay, it's like, we'll have a gay, or like, dude. That's so fucking... It's not like someone's doing something like homosexual. Really, seriously. You know? Or if you're just messing with somebody who's like, man, I gotta call my girlfriend. All right, gay. You know what I mean? Because why would that be gay to call your girlfriend? You know what I mean? All right, faggot. See you later. You know what I mean? You gotta give your friends shit. You just have to. If you don't give your... Straight people, you don't give your friends shit... I mean, gay people, you don't give your friends fucking shit. If you don't give your friends shit, they're not your friends. Right, but like, if you just wander into my conversation, are you my friend? No, then you don't know if I'm giving my friend shit or if I'm giving you shit. If you walk by, I'm like, hey. But if I'm like, my friend, I'm like, this fucking dude's just being a fucking faggot, man. Just fuck that dude. What's going on, man? I'm not meaning he's being gay and whatever. He's just being fucking just... you sure that goes... Like Lucy Kid, you sure that goes there? You know what I mean? I'm trying to read. But this is a park. Fuck you, you know? I like the sound of the birds. And you're... Fuck you! This is a public park. But this is my favorite. Then go somewhere. It's a field. Everyone's playing out here. Why are you just harassing me? Now I'm harassing you, faggot. I am not gay. It's got nothing to do with being gay. It's got nothing to do with you reading the book. You're out here in public telling me how to fucking behave. Fuck you. In your private house, yeah. Public, you're not really welcome to fucking privacy out in public. I'm sorry. That's why it's called the public. Your person is your privacy. That's why you cover this up. See? No. Not for you. Private. My privates. See? There's no private. I keep them private under a private. I got under privates from a privates. You know what I got in there? What if I surprised you? I expecting that, were you? So, looks like we're just smoking right now. Oh, that was cool. It's just pouring out of the end there. It's like a steam file right down the table. I want to smoke it. So, Yeah. One thing I've learned from ketamine is, like I said, just to be like unapologetically me. Don't be a dick. But I am who I am. That's what I am. You know, it's all that I am. Let's quote Popeye. I am what I am, and that's all that I am. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I can't help it. This is who I was born. This is how I am. After the last fucking 25 years, I kind of earned the right to be this. You know? But I kind of climbed out of the pity hole of it and just kind of looked at it like I said, yeah, that's me. That's why I'm here. That's who this guy is. It all made sense. But a lot of stuff made sense here recently. A lot. So, the treatment I'm on is called Spravato. It's a ketamine. Trainer. There's nothing medical inside this at all. It's broken. I might have damaged it. No, there we go. Just nothing in it at all. Just to train you on how to do it. They do one, and then that kind of, they let that kick in for about 5-10 minutes, and she comes around with the second one. I think it's a little bit higher dosage, and you do the same thing, pap, pap, and then she comes around with the third dose, and that second one's usually kind of just about to take off, and you're kind of like sitting there kind of looking at her kind of weird right by the time she's handing over the third one. And you're just like, but she does a real blood pressure test real quick, just to make sure everything's okay, that you're not. Every time. There's never a time where it's just like, you know what I mean? Just to make sure. Always just like a check, make sure, because like if you get too much in you, like if it goes back in the back, it'll go to your liver, which causes a problem with your digestion and with your bladder. So always checks that. Any problem? No, not having a problem with that. I make sure I clean my nose out real good before I go. And then, well, now, I did last time, fuck. Clean my nose out real good. I'm like this whole weekend. I'm gonna clean my nostrils out and just like so that when I go in Monday, but I'm gonna make sure that I do it towards the walls so that way it doesn't. You do not want to go in the back, like and drip. If it goes to the back, that's fine, but you don't want to go to the back and drip. That shit tastes like shit. Ugh. Plus the more it's up in your nose. This last time when I was leaving, it was still kind of a little bit. I was leaving, I could feel like a crusty there, and so I was like, "There's probably still stuff in there." So I started like crunching it and stuff like that, and it did give me like a secondary kick of just like a small bit, just kind of like, But it probably won't do that this time because, like I said, my nose will be really clear. It's very, very, very weird experience. For more information about that, you can check my ketamine journal. I've been tracking the whole time. And checking in, seeing how I'm doing. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm thinking about having some coffee, getting ready to go run, do some stuff. Whether or not I'll broadcast again later today or not, I don't know. I'm on a weird schedule because I'm usually up late, but the treatments are at 9 a.m. And Sunday, I've been hanging out with my mom, so I get up at 9. And then Wednesday, I have to be there at 9. So I've been getting up around like 6 or 7. And so I'm kind of on that schedule. And those Monday and Wednesday, and then Monday and Wednesday. This will be like the last Monday and Wednesday. And after this will be once a week. Monday I get to do it. I'm just going to sit there and trip. And then Wednesday I get to fucking relax because my muscles, because it's pardon me, tranquilizer. So my muscle, I have some tenseness in my neck. There's a chiropractor right next door. In fact, they're connected by a hallway. And so as soon as I get done with her, I'm going to see if I can walk through that hallway because I know that there's like a little divider. If I can move that divider, just walk through and go over to the chiropractor right next door. And my appointment is immediately after. They said just come right over because they're open. And so if you can see me immediately, just walk over, crack, crack. Because these muscles will not be, they won't be tight at all. And it should just give way. This right here has been so tight for 25 years. And here, 25 years. And there for like 25 years since those dudes jumped me. Oh my God, dude. Like the moves he was doing today, when he was moving right in the right. So I'm like, it's not moving right. It's not doing right now, but that's exactly what it needs. What he just did, the way he pulled on it, but the muscle was just too tight. And he says it's going to take about 2 weeks. I'm like, it ain't going to take 2 weeks. Now if I go with that ketamine and then walk right over before my fucking, while I'm still kind of dissociated, I can walk over like, hey man, sorry if I'm a little bit loopy, but feel my neck. He's going to be, oh yeah, lay on down. You know what I mean? Crack, crack. Yeah, you're good, man. And that's at 11. So I got ketamine at 9. Fucking, oh, and they have a fucking massage therapist, but I don't know if that is covered by fucking, that would be great if that was covered by Medicaid, Medicare. Son of a bitch. Because I can just, if nothing else, I can do my ketamine therapy and then just go right over there. Like, and it's all covered by Medicaid, Medicare. So I get high as shit, relax my neck as fuck, go right over, get chiropractic, straightened out, go home, don't do that much slouching anymore. You know what I mean? That's why I'm trying to sit up more. That's why I got the ergonomic thing on the back here. I always like slouch, you know, and crash back like that. So I should just fucking sit up more so that way. Correct my posture, you know. Don't look like I got a big old belly, like I usually do. So, yeah, man, I'm losing weight, a lot of weight. Actually, yeah, see like this, I'm kind of short, like that, I'm kind of. And I got another like a good inch or two right there in my neck that needs to just like decompress, but those muscles are just pulling them fuckers down. Maybe loosen up, because I felt back there after that. Cause right now it's not as tight as it usually is. So that's good. So this time when I go through it, it'll probably just go and loosen up and crack, crack. And if nothing else, I can just keep seeing him for like a month or two until my spine just, you know, make sure that it stays. I just keep going to see him, make sure it's all straightened out. I know he's not going to do more than what's necessary. Some of them do a bit more. You know what I mean? They do the whole thing regardless. We probably just like, he's got 3D body scans. You can see how much like weight you've lost and shit. So I can be checking my progress as I'm going over to the ketamine over next door and bicycling and stuff because I'll be doing once a week. So I probably won't bother my mom. I can always ride my bike there and then schedule a beta to pick me up somewhere like, you know, noon or whatever. Maybe try the day before, schedule a beta, pick me up there at noon. And then, yeah. Beta. Bay Area Transit Authority. You should see the Traverse City Bay Area. It's so beautiful. Whether it's like the middle of the summer or whether it's wintertime. It's just, I mean, I've lived in California. I love the weather because it was just like constantly just beautiful weather. But there's earthquake threats. Not interested. I moved to Louisiana. Way too humid. Way too hot. Got, you know, some landscape. For them, that's impressive, but they've never really seen much out of there, you know, so, or the South, because they're kind of told that the North is this and that, you know. Jewish people are told that Christians hate them. Christians are told that it's just misinformation. It's going through. I didn't see it going through. How's that going through? I hope that's going through. If not, I'll be pissed. Been broadcasting this whole time. It's not doing nothing. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, there. Now it's reading. I see it. Had to move that wire out of the way. Gotcha. All right. Cool. It's black wire and this black screen. It happened to be like right in front. You shut up. Hey man, you shut up. All right, so, but I came up here from Louisiana for my mom is from Traverse, and then we'd have family reunions at like Lake Ann and Lake Herndon, and there's these cabins. They're just really really cool. And Lake Herndon was like this fairly shallow lake for up here. They have like a lot of glacial lakes, and you can see where the water's drained off. I mean, because you have to this long dock down. What the fuck else was there besides fucking water? I mean, it's like it's a big empty bowl going down. It's not like it was flat down over there, you know. So everyone's got these long walks down to the water, but because it's shallow, it doesn't get as cold, which is cool. And it's still, I mean, it's big enough to be a lake. Like if it was full, I mean, it'd be a big ass fucking thing. But and deep, deep. But this had bass in it and all kinds of stuff. Even though it was all the way down there, it was still deep, but not it was shallow enough that up here it can get warm. So water up here, Torch Lake. That's why they call it Torch Lake, because like half of it is shelf. You can walk out halfway into the fucking thing, and then it just drops to like 120 to 200 feet. And so you can stand on the shelf and look over, and it just turns black. It's fucking like it just you just see where it just drops off. And if you had scuba gear, you could do it if you wanted to, and scuba gear down the shelf and stuff. And it's it's safe. There's not sharks in the Torch Lake. I still would probably freak out because I Jaws. Ah, fuck Jaws. They're bringing it back to theater. I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Why? Don't do that. You don't do that, Roy. Roy Schneider, you don't do that. Roy, you traumatized enough kids. I can't bathe anymore. If I go into water, I hear that dun. Oh no! You're in the sink. I know, but it says my head goes underwater. Dun. Ah! Dun. A land shark! Ah! That scared the shit out of me, dude. Holy fuck. But, yeah, I still don't like big waters because of that fucking movie, dude. Fuck that movie. I was young as shit when I saw Jaws 3D, much less Jaws 1 and 2. Fuck that movie. Any water, I can't see everything. Fuck that water. It's like Lake Placid and shit. There was a dude. Okay, I'll get back to the fucking story about Lake Herndon, but there was a fucking lake called Lake Boston in Bossier. Like it's out there in like the boonies, man. Just this bayou ass hick thing, right? It's fucking mud ass fucking dirt colored. I mean, it's not clear water. There's a big old pier out there, and there's people that people dive off of it and jump off of it. There's stumps up here. They say there's stumps underneath. It could be just to freak people out, you know. But ever seen the bayou where those things are? And maybe that's because that's over there, and they're like, well, we don't know for sure what's on it. I don't know. I don't think they put something there like that, but they are that stupid. They really are. And we went off of it. So yeah, we're that stupid. And on top of that, like the water, it's got alligators in those waters down there in Louisiana and shit. You don't know. You don't know. Especially if it's muddy, you don't know. You just don't know. It could not. It's not uncommon for like golf courses to like an alligator to come out of the water. Whatever we have here. We have crocodiles down in Australia, so it's not uncommon. I think they don't have as big of a snout here, so I don't think it's as big of a problem, a big of a worry. You know, I think they got those longer, thinner ones, but they'll still fuck you up. But anyway, so Lake Herndon had no fucking gators, had bass like crazy in it and shit, and so it would get warm, and so we'd go to summer there. Well, not summer, but like spend like a week or two there, a week, because our vacations, our family reunions were always a week long. Starting, the first one was down at I didn't know the first one. I thought it was just tradition, but apparently, I guess my mom kind of started the tradition, and did it down at. It probably was, yeah. Now think about it, it makes sense. My mom probably missed her family, because we're down a lot around a lot of his family, my dad's family. But she called her family, and then we all stayed down there. And Louisiana sucks. So they're probably like, yeah, why don't we do this somewhere else? So they started doing like Lake Herndon and other places like that were like close, and then it started becoming closer to the people that were near Traverse, you know. And so some of those people would go. They'd come and go and so the place got smaller and smaller, so they moved out to Wolverine, which was a really nice place. And we all had to stay together because like no one knows where anything is. And then they started moving it around to other places. We went up to the UP in 2020. 2022 they went to Texas. 2024 we were here, but we went down to Anekama. Or wait, what was that? It was on Lake Von Eaton. It was a YMCA Winnisocky, Camp Winnisocky, I think. It was a really cool place because for like the first like 4 or 5 days we had it all to ourselves, minus the counselors and people. It was much more of a kids type thing, and we were a lot more adult, and there's no drinking and stuff, so that we drank, and they didn't care. Our family drank. I didn't drink. I smoked. I smoked like crazy. And they had zip lines, and they had Leap of Faith. And they just had a bunch of really cool shit that was, it was really cool to do. It was fairly rainy fairly often, and when it wasn't, we did go to the lake when it's not. The algae's not in bloom. It's fucking beautiful, but the algae was really bad in bloom right then, which we didn't really blame them. We just went. There was another lake nearby that had clearer water. I think it had more what they call it. Is it PFCs? They're saying that one actually has more PFCs if you go there. So. And then, this one may look, but it's just algae. It's kind of like being in the South, except no alligators. And the first day we all had to swim. It was like going through like this like pea soup on the surface. It was weird, and it was fucking. And everybody's kind of like, yeah, we're gonna go. And like, I get that it's gross, but they're telling you this is natural. Okay, that's like chemical. This looks gross. It's just. I get it. I'm on vacation. I want my water to look nice. Yeah, I get it. I'll take the chance. Okay. Hey, I went out there. It was one of those ones you could walk out, this far. Like, and you're way the fuck. I mean, you're looking back at the fucking shore, way the fuck back there. But you're still standing, like Torch Lake. Like, there's one point where you kind of get like about like here, and then you're like, you keep walking for a bit, and then like you realize you're getting closer to halfway. It starts getting like here, and then it gets like down to like your ankles, and you just keep walking, and then it gets to like right as it gets close to the shelf where it drops off. It gets like right here. You're just like, oh, that's fucked up. Oh, that's fucked up. Oh, it's so dark. Da 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 da. Ah! It's a lake. It's a lake. It's a lake. I know. I watched the Meg. I was kind of hoping it would be a bit, but it weren't. There were several ones. There's one with Kristen Stewart that was actually pretty good. Her head was kind of pretty much shaved. I guess so she couldn't do the hair thing that everybody makes fun of her for. If that's like a nervous tick that you have, like this right here, what I'm doing, because I got a muscle problem right there. It hurts so bad. You can't really help it. Because you see, and I'm already in a hunch position, then I just hunch back. So I got to it clamps up, though. This whole flank is just fucking, like, tight as shit. This one I don't think is... No, it's not that bad. That does feel good, though. Fuck. I wish I could give me a massage where I can give a massage. Fuck. You like that? Yeah. A little too much. No, I can tell. I'm you. You should see from here. You wouldn't be. You'd be just fine. Just lay there. That face down. That's fine. I really need to get my dab and my Q-tip. This thing is like crackling in my ear. I don't know why. I guess I didn't get the stuff all out yesterday. Sorry about that. My ear was just crackling really bad. Now I gotta get my dab to him. Probably back here. I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be all surprised. I just probably put it somewhere. I don't know. Anyways, I gotta take my morning meds. Anyways, let's put some music. I should have done that when I was doing when I was living or when I was farming. You have hair? Don't stand around, but you don't, right? What? I don't know. What are you talking about? A long time ago, when? No. I left the blood on the stove.
Substance abuse.
pretending. Had some pills to take. There's my tabs are down here. And my tools down. Probably where my last thing is. That's where it is. Oh well, who cares? So I don't know, man. Is this wrapped up? I don't know if this was done. Yeah, an hour. I could always come back and get it later. I should probably get some coffee and shit and whatever. So if I wasted your time with that whole stop and pause, I apologize. But like I said, I'm just doing these for me anyway. So I just my back. It's so close to popping. In summation and conclusion, intrepidation, entropy, and unentropy. If you want to learn more about ketamine, you can check out my journal and stuff and see about that, about my personal trip. Again, I can't say what's going to happen for you. It's my personal thing, and I think it works pretty nicely. And it's helping me get some perspective on things and kind of get a grip on where I'm at and what's going on, why things are, things didn't make sense, but I didn't understand why they didn't make sense, and now they're starting to make sense why they don't make sense. Does that make sense? And it's almost an answer. It's like close enough. It's my cousin was dating a girl, and in 2024, she walked by and she's wearing one sock. I deduced everything else. Immediately. Why one sock? I hurt my foot. No. Why one sock? Oh, the grass. No. Why? And then she goes to another one. I'm like, no. Why one sock? And she goes, oh, I hate socks. I'm like, there you go. I deduced all the rest. One foot was in the grass. So you didn't walk on the gravel. Yeah, the other one. Yeah, I deduced all the rest. You put the sock on because you must have heard it. Because why would you do that? But why only one sock? No, I got all that. There you go. Thank you. That's all I was looking for. I don't like socks. Okay, cool. Why one sock? I don't like socks. Quick and easy. I get that though. No, you don't, because you just put me through it. My doctor is learning now a bit more because like I was very trying to be whatever about it, and so every time like she was doing stuff, but I as it's going through, she's giving me drugs and babysitting us. She has like a tattoo on her fucking neck and like on her sleeve apparently. Like she's always got a thing on, so I didn't even know she had that. So yeah, she's got a couple kids, and her, I don't know if his boyfriend or soon-to-be husband's got like a couple. She said like the Brady Bunch. I'm like, that's cool for you. But she came around the corner and she was talking about something, and I was joking, even though I was on ketamine. I was joking. The first time, I was leaving, she's like, "You're funny." I'm like, "Thanks." And like the second time, I was high as shit, and I walked out, and I was like, that was the third time. I was looking for my backpack tassel. And I asked her if she'd seen it, and she said no. I'm like, I lost it, so I replaced it with a keychain with the man bug, because he's not a lady. And then she started laughing. I'm like, okay. I'm serious. It's my man bug. It's a man bug. Fucking sexist. He's not a lady. He guards my pot. He does. That's my pot pocket. Pot pocket. And then I have a zipper right here right against my back, where I keep my phone stuck in there, so I can zip that down. And that has like another keychain on it with like a piece thing on it and some other shit that I'm gonna put on there, so it's easy to pull. Maybe like a lock. Yeah, I put my bike lock. No, I'll pull it down. That's too heavy. Something. I'll put something on there. Some cool shit. And then pull it down. I can take it out. But like, I named my Wi-Fi hotspot from my phone Hot Pocket and put it in there. And it's like, and then I keep my tablet in my backpack, and that's right up against my back. So they're just sitting like side by side, and they just sit there. And my Bluetooth go in my ear, and so like my Bluetooth break off my tablet. It's a fucking perfect working thing, man. It's awesome. The only thing I really use my tablet for is to listen to music while I'm downtown, and then riding the bus, and then it alerts me when like the bus is coming when I need to go. If I schedule like when I want to ride, when I want to go. So if I'm on my bike and riding around somewhere, if I leave one in, if it's like you go now in 30 minutes to get to, well, I can just head over there, get to the bus station. I'll probably leave it walking. I'm not gonna set it to biking because I'll probably like, oh shit, I got 30 minutes, and I get there a little bit late. If I say walking, it says 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Okay, I would rather get there with time to spare than be like, she opened like, there goes mine for another, I gotta wait another hour? Yeah, I gotta wait another hour. Could have been here about 5 minutes early. Dude, pissed me off. The bus was heading to Kingsley, and I was going around the corner, and I was coming around the backside of the bus. I was booking it, you know, and I had my thing out, and like I was getting close to I got to the back of the bus, and he just took off. And I kept following after it. I was like waving my card and shit, but he was just gone out of the parking lot. I'm like, motherfucker. So now every time I come around the front side. And I'm sitting there holding my card out in front. I'm waiting for him to ask why I do that. I'm like, because you left me. I did? Yeah. I came around the back side because my house is over there. So it'd be easier for me to come around this side, but you just took the fuck off. Now I go all the way the long way and come down where you can, the first place I start making a right towards your car is where you can see me eye to eye, and I'm doing this with my card out immediately. He never looks up, but I still have it out. Just in case like he looks around right before he takes off, 'cause I figure he has to look for traffic. At some point in time you have to see this shit. Oh fuck, yeah, I was gonna take off. Yeah, you were. What are you late? 'Cause I was gonna go around the... Fuck you. Nah, he's a funny guy. It took a little while to crack him, but he's alright. It's alright. Don't know his name yet, but he's just... Actually, it's kind of funny. I'll get you eventually. It takes a little while. I just gotta figure out who you are and what you're about. I'll get a giggle at you. Alrighty, so hour. Does that make up for the fact that I left you hanging? Yeah, while I clean my ears and dab wax tools. So I'm cool.